And go!
Hello, campers, and welcome to another wonderfully exciting episode of The Campfire.
We present this week's crappy movie entitled
Rock and roll will never die. At least not this Halloween.
You've heard of raising spirits from the dead by incantations, right? I guess. I did that by playing the record backwards.
Trick or treat.
Trick or Treat. It's our Halloween edition, and boy, did we fucking pick a good one for that.
Oh man.
Trick or Treat came out in 1986. It seems like almost every movie we did came out in 1986.
That's like the golden era of shit.
Apparently. Like, we're not doing this on purpose. It's just, for some reason, we're stuck in 1986 aside from Frankenhooker. This movie was directed by Charles Martin Smith. You may remember, he's more known as an actor. The role I always remember him by was, he was the accountant in The Untouchables. That had like the glasses and the hat, and he was like the big weenie, but by the end of it, he's running around with a shotgun. I think he eventually gets killed.
Did he in the movie?
I think he was the first. They killed him in the police station in the elevator. They found him all diced up in the elevator.
Because he was going to be a witness.
And they wrote Touchables.
Touchable, yeah.
He wasn't going to be a witness. He was escorting the witness.
I thought he was going to read them what the book said, what Capone's books actually. Because
He already had the book.
But they were all in code, right?
No.
I thought the books were.
Oh the witness was going to decode the book.
Okay.
For them, so they would have a cake. Why are we talking about The Untouchable? All right. Also, you may remember him as the director of the seminal film Air Bud.
See, I don't remember. I thought you were going to say he was Toad in American Graffiti.
Yeah, no one's seen American. Everyone watched Air Bud.
Okay.
He was Toad in American Graffiti. So not only did he direct this movie, it stars an actor named Mark Price. And we may remember Mark Price from, because you caught onto it before I did.
5 seconds from the movie, I said he looks just like Skippy from Family Ties. And then as the movie went on,
guess who it is?
Yeah, it's Skippy.
It's fucking Skippy from Family Ties. For some reason I thought it was a very young Boone from Nightbreed. That's who I thought, because he had like the chin and the forehead, but no, it's fucking Skippy.
It's Skippy.
So in the movie, his name's Eddie Weinbauer. I'm not sure they actually even gave us that last name.
No, I don't remember.
But we're going to refer to him as Skippy.
Yes.
We got a couple cameo appearances that are pretty entertaining in this. One by, depending on whose opinion you ask, a rock god by the name of Gene Simmons. Lead singer of Kiss. He plays a radio DJ named The Nuke. And then Ozzy Osbourne makes a couple little cameos on a TV where he's like a straight-laced preacher who's against heavy metal.
Yeah, downright hates it.
Downright hates heavy metal. So, that's the most notable of who we're going to have in the cast here. No one else is anybody.
Did Gene have any hand in producing or anything too, by chance?
I mean, I know he was trying to break into the acting scene in the 80s. Very honestly. Well, he did better than maybe Mick Jagger in Free Jack. So back to this just fantastic film. Another fun fact is a band named Fastway did the whole soundtrack to this. And Fastway features two prominent members of the band. One was Fast Eddie, who used to play guitar for Motorhead, and the other is the now vocalist of
Flogging Molly.
Flogging Molly.
Which is so weird. Like, what a weird.
Right off the get. That guy was so old.
Just looking into the credits of this movie,
it's
already bizarre.
Vocalist Dave King of Flogging Molly.
What was he doing back then? Was he trying to be a film guy back then?
No, they just did the soundtrack.
And he was the lead guy at Fastway.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this movie starts. He's laying on his bed and he's writing a letter. Now, this movie's called Trick or Treat, but the version we watched had the title card said Ragman.
Yeah.
Which was Eddie, or as we're going to call him, Skippy's nickname. Right. He called himself the Rag. No one else called him that.
His last name is Ragman.
What's
his last name?
Hold on, I said it a minute.
You did.
Weinbauer.
Weinbauer, that's right. Yeah, okay.
No, he referred to himself as the No one else called him the Ragman.
Okay.
He was the Ragman to himself.
I wonder, because it's not listed anywhere online. There's no reference of that anywhere that I've been able to find. Like
maybe they just thought
name.
Trick or Treat was better. I mean, the movie does place on Halloween, which is how it turned into our Halloween movie. Neither of us had seen this punk of shit before, and we were just like trying to find like Halloween movies that were cheesy that we could kind of riff on.
Yeah.
And we came down to this, Jack O or Hollow Gates, and we somehow ended up on this.
I think Jack O would have been a better one.
I think either probably would have been better. This movie was long.
Oh my god.
It was an hour and 40 minutes.
Yeah, it felt like it.
And they could have told this story in like 13 minutes.
Yeah.
It was very much like Lord of the Rings, the third Lord of the Rings movie, where there was like fake ending after fake, like you kept thinking it was gonna be done, and it fucking wasn't.
Oh my god, it was awful. And you literally could have probably summed this up, and let's give them some credit. Maybe a 20 to 30 minutes short.
It would have probably made a decent 80-minute movie. I mean, it would have felt like an eternity.
Given how, and we don't want to reveal anything yet, but given how this movie ends, okay, fine. Given how
we're gonna talk about the whole fucking thing anyway, so might as well.
Given how the movie ends, there's no reason this couldn't have been 20, 30 minutes.
No. So anyway, it starts with our character, Eddie, the Ragman, he's laying in bed writing a letter to his hero, who is Sammy Kerr. He's got posters of this dude all over. It's got the obligatory 80s intro.
It's that pan through the whole room.
Yeah.
You see everything in the room. We're going to go up and down. We're going to show you every little bit of
all his posters.
Yeah.
We really want to drive home he's a metal. He's got a Poison poster and an Anthrax poster,
Yeah.
And then the coup de grace is right in the middle of his collection. He's got a big shrine to Sammy Kerr.
Yeah.
Who's going to be the main villain of this movie. He's such a crappy villain. So he's writing a letter about how only you understand me. It's very much and I made the joke, Stan to Eminem style letter. All he's really got is his record collection in his bed. It's a pretty impressive record collection.
And a really nice record player.
Yeah. Actually, I spotted, I myself have a pretty decent sized record collection. I spotted some ones that I myself have. Like, I recognized some album artwork for metal records I have. Like, he had a Possessed album that was sitting up there. It was very easy to recognize because it's just the logo.
Yeah.
Red that says Possessed, big upside down cross.
You recognize all the t-shirt art, too.
Yeah. Throughout this, he wears a bunch of different metal t-shirts that some of them would be pretty hip even to this day. Like, one of them, half the time he's wearing an Alternative Tentacles shirt, which is the record label that put out a lot of punk music in the 80s. Most notably, the Dead Kennedy stuff. He was a pretty trendy kid, and then, when he got cool, he had his,
There's the cool scene.
There's a scene where he got cool.
And they never say why we were watching that scene or referenced it after we watched that scene. He's just cool looking cool.
But we'll get to that.
We'll get to that.
I want to break down that whole outfit. I made a little note and everything.
Oh man, I know.
So he's writing his letter to Eminem. Sammy Kerr. Dear Sammy, I wrote you. Why didn't you write me back?
Yeah.
So then we go with Skippy to school. Come to find out, he's bullied for being the metalhead nerd. Of course, this is an 80s movie about metal, so there's of course a group of jocks that has to pick on him.
Yeah.
And what they do is in gym class they take his clothes and they throw him into the gym area while the cheerleaders having cheerleading practice. And at first he tries to climb across the ground like a oily slug. He's very wet. I think he's fresh out the shower. And then the girls notice, and one was very lucky. She brought her Polaroid camera with her to cheerleading practice and takes a picture of his naked ass as he's beating on the door trying to get back in.
Right.
Jeez. He's beating on the door trying to get back in. The ladies are looking at Maria.
Which it is weird how she just takes that out of nowhere.
Yeah, and she ends up being like the love interest in this movie.
Yeah.
She's the only one that's on his side. Besides little Larry, little LD, Larry David.
Yeah. Yeah. He's the prepubescent form of Larry David, literally.
Yeah, his best friend is like a mashup of Woody Allen and Larry David. We just started calling him Little LD. He looks like a young Larry David. Helps him throughout the movie. We'll get to him too. So he's getting picked on at school. Then we get back to his house, and we're gonna. They had a very fun scene where they set up some exposition. Right, he's doing laundry and listening to Sammy Kerr on his headphones. In the background, there's a TV interview going on where they're talking to Sammy Kerr, and they're talking about his shocking rock antics and showing how crazy his concerts are.
If you were a parent, would you want your kid growing up around rock music? Rock musicians? I mean, with that kind of value?
Would you want your kid growing up around politics, politicians, and those values?
Mr. Kerr, this is
what
not...
I'm saying here is you cannot legislate morality.
Mr. Kerr,
or music,
there is no...
or people's minds. Or we'll bring you down, man.
I have a teenage daughter.
We'll bring you down.
And what they show is he has a giant fucking python, and he bites the head off it, and he's like a fucking toothbrush tube just draining the blood into his mouth.
And like singing into it too, and it's going nuts with the snake.
It was fucked up. It was really weird. I don't think they would show that on TV, honestly.
No.
Like, the gore was just rolling down his chest. And the other weird thing about this movie is most of the high school kids look just like we were talking in Spookies, like middle-aged men.
Oh my god.
Except for Skippy, who obviously has not gone through puberty yet, and he speaks like a 12-year-old the entire movie.
Everyone other than him looks way older than they should, and he looks almost way younger than he should.
All the bullies, they look, they couldn't be a day under 35. I mean, they look like the kind of guy that, like, you'd run into at, like, Office Depot, pick up a cartridges for the printer at the office.
Yeah.
You know, they even dress that way.
Especially the main bully, his friend.
Yeah,
Looks,
the black-haired guy.
It's like that one.
He looks like my accountant.
He busted in a room at one point, and you were just going, is he a teacher or is he a student? What is going on? And I didn't have an answer.
At one point, I had a lot of questions that never really got answered throughout this movie, but I don't think turns out I even cared. I was just happy it was over. But one of the things that really confused me is at first, I thought the jocks were teachers picking on him. Mm-hmm. At one point, I asked you that. I was like, are the teachers picking on him?
I don't know.
Because he's over there with his, like, prepubescent voice, like, hey guys, why are you picking on me? They're like, hey man, get over here.
I don't know that. I mean, that guy's hanging out with the bully, but maybe he's a teacher. I don't know.
Maybe he's just like, he was the bullied kid growing up, and now the teacher wants to be cool with the cool kids. So the teacher,
Yeah, gets into the bullying.
Yeah, he's like, I want to get on this.
He's like, yeah, maybe I...
Fuck that kid. Skippy coming in here with his family ties, bringing the fox.
Yeah, fuck Skippy. And what I have to ask, it's like, you'd think steady work on a sitcom like Family Ties would be enough to keep a B actor like Skippy busy. You wouldn't think he had to leave Family Ties in the middle of production to go, I'm filming this movie that doesn't make any sense with
I bet you he didn't leave. He probably filmed it in between seasons.
In between seasons, yeah.
Because it came out in 1996, or 1986. We looked into Family Ties run.
Yeah.
It was 82 to 89. Right dab in the middle, which means he didn't leave the show. He probably did it
probably in between seasons, yeah.
And that's not uncommon. A lot of times these actors, they get on these sitcoms trying to propel. I mean, look at David Caruso. He's like, all right, I got famous off this show. Now I'm gonna go try to be an actor. And have you seen Jade?
No.
Most people haven't.
No, not at all. Not at all.
So after all that exposition, it goes to see. We find out that his hero died in a hotel fire. Sammy Kerr dies in a hotel fire, and it goes to the scene where he's like trashing his room. He's pulling down all his posters. His hero's dead, and he gets the Sammy Kerr poster. He's about to pull it down. And meanwhile, Fastway is in the background playing this fantastic song called "Tear Down the Walls." Tear down the walls.
Squealing, going nuts.
Yeah, man. Fastlane is fucking. They're getting loose on this soundtrack.
Oh man, yeah.
Tearing it down, tear down the wall, tear down the wall, tearing it down.
So after that, we realize this young man is distraught.
Yeah.
He just lost his hero. Sammy, who's gonna write to? Sammy, all right, why don't you respond, Em? So the next scene, somehow he's friends with the local radio DJ, The Nuke. played expertly by Gene Simmons.
It's party time! Yeah, this is the old Deucer coming at you right here on this fine, fine rock till the morning.
But when I say expertly, his acting is just phenomenal. Acting dynamo.
Oh, he's brilliant. Yeah.
You know that Kiss sells Kiss caskets now? They have been so overly marketed that they sell caskets.
Oh my god.
Anyway, Nuke, for some reason, I'm sorry, the Nuke.
The Nuke.
For some reason, has the only copy of this brand new music that Sammy Kerr recorded before he died.
He might provide some light explanation for how, but we didn't catch it.
We didn't catch it, and so he gives the only copy over to this kid who's like the super fan.
Yeah.
You know, like he's trying to console him. The guy's like talking, he's like, yo, I'm lost all my hero. And he's like, you know, DC left us all this great music. He's like, I got a surprise for you. And he gives him its, what's noted in the final business name, white label test press, which means it's a one-off white label. You know, like there's no label, there's no artwork.
Yeah. Which why does Skippy know this guy, the Nuke?
It never explained that.
Okay.
He's just somehow tight with the radio DJ in town.
Yeah.
He has no other friends besides Larry David.
Yeah.
And that girl that's blatantly into him that he's too retarded to realize.
I guess he just likes metal and.
He just loves metal.
This guy.
And maybe they're running into each other. I mean, I know, like, my old band would be on the radio a bunch just because we knew the local metal DJs from coming to shows.
Wow, yeah.
Like, we would open for a band, they'd see us play, and we shoot the shit afterwards. And
yeah.
Next time we had a show come out, they'd let us go play some music.
But Skippy doesn't in a band.
Yeah, but maybe they go to the same shows.
Okay, yeah, very true.
Like, you're the Nuke, oh my god. Come here. Come here, Gene.
Yeah.
So, he makes a comment. Oh, you know what? Now I get it. I wrote Midnight at Halloween ? And how I understood it is that he told Skippy to play it midnight on Halloween. What he was actually saying is that he was going to premiere it midnight on Halloween because that comes to play later. I just figured that out now.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why Nuke has it. Why would they send it to one radio DJ in the small town?
Copy. Yeah, right. It doesn't make any sense.
Was it small town Ohio?
I don't know if they ever say, but you said you
I
thought
saw
it was
a license plate that said birthplace of aviation, and
there's two states that take credit for that. One is the birthplace of the Wright brothers. The other is where they invented the plane.
Yeah. So yeah, it's an old Ohio plate. So this takes place in Ohio.
Were the Wright brothers born here?
Yes.
Oh, but they didn't develop the plane here. They just were born here.
Well, it says the birthplace of aviation. Okay, so North Carolina claims birthplace of aviation because that's where the first flight took place.
Okay.
And the Wright brothers
were
developed and were born, developed aviation.
So they came up with the plan here.
So it is on our license plates from the 80s, apparently.
Clarified.
So he gets the record, goes to school. So did he go to the DJ before he went to school?
Yeah, it looked like it, yeah.
So this DJ is working at because he's in high school, you have to be there at 8 in the morning. So he goes and sees this DJ at 7:30, 7:30, 6 in the morning.
Some kids are up, Marty McFly and back.
Why would a DJ be on the radio playing metal? It'd be morning shows.
Well, maybe.
Hey, but this is the kind of town where they send a one-of-a-kind record from the world's biggest hair metal artist.
Yeah.
His last dying song.
Yeah.
Play on the radio at midnight on Halloween. So he's at school. The cheerleader who took a picture of his ass also is his love interest in this movie. Like she's into him, he's kind of oblivious to it.
She was involved with the main jock, the bully guy.
I believe she slept with him at one point because he makes reference to it. Yeah.
Right.
He's like, yeah, we did it once.
So now she's going to the other side.
Because you know how classy fucking 80s bully stereotypes are about being sexually aggressive with ladies.
Right. Well, in the women, it's like, okay, so she slept with the jock, and now she's going after the degenerate metalhead. You know. It's
So she stops her. She's like, going to the party tonight. And he's like, party. She's like, yeah, the pool party. He's like, oh yeah, the pool party. I'll be there. So he goes to see the DJ in the morning. Goes to school, gets invited to the pool party. Things are looking up. Goes to the pool party, comes showing on up, and his nice coif mullet, ready to smash ass.
Yeah.
And the jocks, they're not taking too kindly to this.
No.
They're not into it at all. They're like, why are you here?
Oh yeah, they get pissed.
Hey, you got ears, dildo?
So they throw a weight in his backpack?
It was something that looked like it was a weight or something, and yeah, they push him directly into the pool. He falls in, and it's like a 4-minute almost segment of him.
He's like
trying to get this backpack off, and he can't get.
He can't get his arms through the holes.
No,
because it's complicated.
Yeah, it's like I don't think I've ever experienced that problem. Granted, I've never been wearing a weighted backpack underwater, but I've never experienced this problem.
I feel if I just went like this, I could get right out of it.
It would just slip right out.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm not Skippy, and it's not the 80s. So.
No, and Skippy is just going sort of like this, which is
He's doing his best to drown.
Yeah.
He's pretty much drowned himself on his own more than the backpack is.
Right.
At this fucking point.
And then who comes to his rescue?
The girl.
Yeah.
And he's pissed at her about it.
He's mad as fuck.
He's mad as fuck at this chick. He's like, she jumps after she's the one that invited him to the party. After they shoved him in the pool, she jumps into the pool to help him stop drowning.
Right.
He's embarrassed. He goes to leave. He's soaking wet. She stops in the park and like, you fucking set me up!
Right, and it just cuts from her saving him in the pool to them outside, him dripping wet, yelling at her.
My mom got home late with the car. If I had known...
Well, that's just tough shit, isn't it? What, let's all fuck with Eddie, because that's real fun, huh? Bunch of fucking assholes!
Yeah, you set me up! And she's like, I'm so sorry. I really care about you. I don't know how I'm into it.
Yeah.
But all those guys are gonna pay.
Yeah, and this is just...
I'm not making a high-pitched voice on purpose because he sounds like he's 12.
He does, yeah.
This dude has not hit puberty yet, which is a strange choice considering everyone that they hired to be high school kids around him hit puberty about 22 years beforehand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're in their 40s.
So he's like, I'm out for vengeance. I'm gonna nail those kids. I don't know how, but I'm gonna nail those kids.
I'm gonna nail every one of those bastards. I don't know how, I don't know when, but I'm gonna nail them.
I love that line. I'm gonna nail those kids. Nail them! I'm bringing it back.
Yeah, you should.
They'll get nailed.
We're doing it right now. You heard it right here. This is the first. Nail him.
So, after he's gonna nail him, he goes home. He's sad. You know, he's had a bad day.
Yeah.
His rock star homie's dead. The girl he likes set him up. He got almost drowned by some 40-year-old jocks that still go to high school. He's like, I'm gonna go home and listen to this record. So he puts the record on and it's playing for like maybe 13 seconds. He passes out. And it goes to this thing where like, it's going through this burning house. And like it's slowly just kind of like, it's playing the song in the background. It's kind of going in and out of him like sleeping. This is definitely a dream state kind of situation. And it's going through the house. The house is on fire. And then he gets to this like top of the stairs. And there's Sammy Kerr, like sitting Indian style, like a circle of fire around him, and there's just like a couple random people just kind of on fire in the background, and they're not like running around into it, they're just kind of like, we start overdubbing with some backwards talking.
Yeah.
This is gonna be a big part of this crap ass movie.
And backwards squeals are mixed in there too.
Well, yeah, the guitars play backwards,
which I love. I'm like, because they didn't have to put that in there. They could just put the sound with, you know, the sound alone, the dialogue would have been enough. But they put in those, which would play backwards. Sound even.
You gotta love that guitar.
Yeah. It's backwards, so it's like that.
You shudder from the power of rock.
Yeah.
So he wakes up from his dream, and the backwards voices he was hearing was at the end of this 12-inch, there's a loop, and it's clearly just someone talking backwards. Like,
yeah.
So he's like, oh, well, what's this? So he plays it backwards, and the dead rock star is like talking to him through the record.
Like as he scratches, he's talking.
Or as he's playing it backwards,
right.
The dead rock star is like giving him instructions on how to stand up to this bully.
Yeah, right.
So the next day, he's at lunch with little Larry David, and the girl comes and tries to sit with him, and he's like, I'm gonna take care of this. They're like making fun of him, the jocks are. And he goes and flips a fucking plate of spaghetti.
Yeah.
And the fucking guy's telling me, spaghetti!
Katie?
Yes, Edward.
Eat this.
You're dead.
And then it goes into this, you know, like, the scene where I brought it up earlier, where they're playing the song, but the boys off the Van Jams!
Yeah.
Boys take control!
It goes into a complete chase montage.
It goes into like a complete comically like chase montage. They're running through school. They're like cutting through classrooms. They go into like the band room. They're knocking over dudes playing the tuba. He goes right into this fucking hallway, and the dude like goes and hides in a room. The jock doesn't see which room he goes into, but just grabs a fire extinguisher, kicks a random door open, and fire extinguishes the whole room.
Yeah.
Surprise, surprise! It's a classroom. Maybe act like you go to school there.
It's like a teacher's lounge or something.
Or yeah,
right?
teacher's lounge.
It's like full of like administration.
And you see him standing like, whoa, I screwed up, and the door behind him opens, and out like Skippy's all like, oh,
yeah.
and then a cutscene.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you got him.
Right.
That backwards playing record.
Yeah.
Sure as shit did it for him.
It is pure 80s.
I thought it was like more like Benny Hill, really. So he goes home, and he's now with his only friend, which is little Larry David, little LLD, and this kid is just preaching sense. Like he's talking, and he's like, yeah, man, I played this record backwards, and Sammy told me that if I did this to these jocks, that I'll be on top, and it worked. And he's like, dude, you played a record backwards? It's like the most over-marketed gimmick in rock and roll, and you fell for it.
The record industries do this intentionally to get schmucks like you to play the record over 1,000 times.
The note I made about it is nerd talking about gimmicks and making a whole lot of sense.
Eddie, friend, you have fallen for the biggest gimmick in the record industry. I mean, some ad exec somewhere thought up the idea of hidden lyrics so that pinheads like Eduardo Weinbauer would fuck up their records playing them backwards and then have to go buy more.
He said the most logical thing in the whole fucking movie.
Yeah, but then he ended up being a dumbass too.
He was a dumbass, yeah. The whole thing.
Poor little Larry David.
Dude, wake up.
So he leaves. Skippy's alone in his bedroom now. He's like, I'm gonna play this backwards song or the thing backwards again. And he starts giving the Ragman more advice. Like, I mean, is this like a Ouija recording? Like what do I do? Here, come in the dick.
That's actually a really good way to describe it. That's what it is.
It's how he's doing it.
It's a Ouija board version, or it's a record version of a Ouija board. Yeah.
Yeah. So goes to school the next day. That's where the jocks accost him again in what looks like the wood shop. There's like a lot of tools and there's like a wood lathe. And they're very dressed in the 80s. They have the square ties that don't have the bottom. They're all dress shirts. They look like they just came from a job interview because their 401k is going to go through. And
yeah,
so
they're like old young kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they give this speech, and in the middle of it, he's like, "Do I look like a weak fucking a wussy fucking weak tit?"
You think I'm a wussy fucking weak tit?
Yeah, a wussy fucking weak tit.
Am I a wussy fucking weak tit over here? So he's shoving the kid around, and then suddenly all the equipment comes to life on its own in the wood shop. It grabs
which we assume though it's
Sammy Kerr.
Sammy Kerr. Yeah.
Sammy Kerr, rock god.
Rock god. Sammy Kerr.
Rock god. Yeah, the main jock, he very much reminds me of Bill from Bill and Ted. He's like blonde and kind of has that same way of carrying himself. He kind of sounds retarded when he talks. So all all the equipment while he's being picked on by these bullies, which, you know, I mean, I don't know how they got out of the retirement home early enough to come beat up on high school kids. But all of the equipment comes alive, and his stupid 80s tie, and I call it stupid 80s, it looks like it's made out of corduroy, it's square and flat on the bottom. Right. It's stuck in a wood lathe, and it like holds his face. And the lathe comes alive, it's coming his eyeball. The other guy wants to come to his rescue, but something else turns on and it starts mildly shooting sparks.
Right, which stops him in his
somehow
tracks.
It's like he's watching his buddy about to die, like about to be murdered, about to get a wood lathe through the eyeball.
Right, yeah.
There's a mild amount of sparks coming his way, and then the other guy on the other side, he's bagging the dude he was just picking. He's like, turn it off.
Yeah.
And he's holding the for some reason there's an on-off lever, almost like a mad scientist.
It is. It's like a Frankenstein switch.
Yeah, it's like an on-off lever. He's like, turn it off! Turn it off!
And Skippy runs over and he grabs it, and he waits, and he waits, and he waits.
And then he turns it off right before it hits the guy's eye, but before he turns it off, the dude still jumps through the sparks!
Which it doesn't hit his eye, actually.
It's his forehead,
it
right?
hits right here, right underneath it touches his skin.
I would have just let that douchebag die. I will also point out at this point, we're probably like 30, 40 minutes in this thing, and the only person who died in this movie was off screen, and that was Sammy Kerr, who was one of the main stars in the rest of the movie.
And should we make a reference that very few people die except...
This movie has a very low body count.
Except for...
Even people that you think are going to be dead just aren't.
There's one massacre scene that we'll get to, but no one of them
I guess.
It's not even a massacre.
I guess it's like, a massacre. If you count on two hands how many people die, is that a massacre?
You can.
Is that a tragedy?
Maybe, I don't know. We expect at least 20, right?
Yeah.
So it does build to a massacre, but a light one.
So, we cut to kids still at school. Skippy's mom is going to put his clothes away in his bedroom. Or in the attic, they keep him locked away in, or whatever the fuck that room is, because it's not a room in the house.
No, it's not.
They didn't even bother to insulate it. They don't even care about that kid being warm. And she's kind of like checking out his posters, and you know, she picks up a couple records, a stack of records. There's like Exciters in there, and there's a Megadeth record, and I think an Impale record. And like she picks up, he's got like leather gauntlets laying out. She's just kind of inspecting all the shit that she should normally see her son wearing every day, but somehow seems very surprised that he has.
Yeah, like it's the first time he's ever gone in this room.
Yeah. She accidentally like nudges the record player while she's checking out his music, and it comes on like full blast, and it's just like this really bad guitar soloing, but for some reason the woman is reacting like it's hurting her.
Yeah.
Like horribly, like, oh my god! Right. And the kid comes back and she's like, oh, I was just putting your clothes away. Yeah. She leaves, he decides to record what's playing backwards again on this silver tape. The silver shiny tape comes into play a lot in this punky shit.
It does. After this scene, the tape is the only thing that matters, really.
So yeah, he's getting that banging shit for his Walkman. And that's when we have our scene where he shows up and what he feels is the dopest clothing around. And by that, first off, he's got the full Bryan Adams mullet. He's got the twisted white headband. He has a t-shirt that has like white chains all over it. And then he has like some hipster pants on. He's got this one red leather glove, which is funny because I thought I saw him wearing a fingerless glove earlier in the movie and I made a comment about it. I was like, oh no, he's not, it's just a shadow. Right. And then he shows up and not only one fingerless glove, it's red and then it's corset laced down the hand of the back of it.
Yeah, which just makes it even worse.
And I believe, like, he runs into little Larry David and the girl, and I believe you're supposed to get the impression that now he's confident and cool. And by that, he goes, I'm good, ciao, babe, and just walks off. So, we cut to the jock, and he opens his locker, and there's like a piece of paper folded up and taped up. And he opens it, and there's the cassette tape that dude had made in his room. And on the paper it said, like, a peace offering from Skippy, Ragman.
Yeah.
Ragman! Ragman!
That should have been a song.
Why wasn't Ragman a song?
I know.
So, he gives it to the dude, and we cut to the jock and his girlfriend. Which I think is just hysterical because they both have the same haircut, the same blue shirt on. They're making out in the backseat of a car, like a makeout. You know, every 80s had makeout point in the movie. You know, where the teenagers go and make out to neck in the back of their car. Which, I think this is my favorite and the only redeeming scene in the movie. He's like, I gotta take a piss. So he gets out and he's pissing, and in the background, the entire time they were making out, there was like you could see like there was an 80s style walking. And she's like, oh, wow, wait, I'm gonna just listen to his music. So she somehow listens to the tape that Skippy left for her boyfriend. And what happens is, she's got the Nova 45s on. I'm calling them the Nova 45s. I had the exact same headphones when I was a kid. They say Nova 45 on there, and there's all these little slits. So she's rocking the Nova 45s, and this green mist comes on the side of the headphones and kind of like curls around her body.
Right.
And it starts stripping her naked?
It starts unbuttoning, yeah.
It unbuttons her shirt, and it's kind of like, you see it like kind of like rolling around her tits.
Yeah.
And like it goes down to her granny panties and it's kind of getting in there. And then she takes her own top off.
Yeah, she pops it off.
And then like she's kind of like moaning and groaning, like she's like coming close to climaxing. Like this thing's obviously giving her some sort of sexual release. And then out of fucking nowhere, she opens her eyes and screams, and there's this giant green mutant with a mile-long tongue like eating her out. And like the car, and the lights flash in the car, and then the jock comes back, and she's unconscious in the car, and he goes to take her headphones off. They're like melted to her ears.
It's like ooze coming out of her ears. Yeah.
So we're this far into this movie. I thought this was the first actual kill. No, she's fine.
No, yeah, we did. We okay. So someone finally died.
Yeah, because we were making comment like this is like the lowest. No one's dying in this movie. There's nothing happening.
Yeah.
And I made comments like, oh, she's dead.
Yeah, because we're going.
What's
the threat?
But then the fucking jock starts talking about her to Eddie, Skippy, Ragman, Eddie, Skippy, Ragman. And he's like, you put my girlfriend in the hospital. Like the next thing you know is the kid is Ragman, Eddie, whatever, is at his house, and the jock comes pulling up in his lawn in his sports car. And is screaming at the house like, you did this to her. I know it was you. What'd you do? She's in the hospital. So I was like, fuck, she's not even dead.
Yeah.
No one's dead.
No.
Nothing's happening. So he comes out and there's like 2 pumpkins. There's like 1 pumpkin on either side of him. And the dude goes to like rush him and he puts his hands out and the pumpkins just like mildly flare up just a little bit. And the guy's, oh! The guy leaves and it goes to the kid and he's in his bedroom. His TV's on, and this is where we get our first Ozzy Osbourne cameo. And they make Ozzy look as straight-laced as possible. Like, they have his hair slicked back on the side right here, and then a huge comb over, but you can tell they kind of just put his ponytail under his shirt. He's speaking out on metal and its negative, like, negative influence on children. And he's like, I'm gonna read you lyrics to this song called Do It Like a Dog.
Gonna drive my long steel missile down on your love channel. Deep, deep, you'll beg for more. Raising hell and serpent score. Feel me, feel me. Now what does that mean to you? To me, it means nothing but a sexual act.
And out of nowhere, the Ouija record comes on. It like kind of Marty McFly's him. Like, remember at the beginning of Back to the Future where he's like connects them.
It starts off as that pan shot, just like this movie started out as the pan shot across the
ripped it off from it.
I guarantee it. And then he slow plugs in. Everything's real slow and quiet.
Yeah, he plugs in his speakers. Yeah, and they blow back.
They show the strings, and he goes to just touch them. And he basically touches them, and it fucking explodes him back.
Yeah, explodes him right back. So he Marty McFly's it back. His mom overhears and she's like, oh, are you okay? He's like, don't come in here, Mom. And yet somehow Sammy Kerr is speaking as him to his mother through the speakers like, no, come in here, Mom. And he's going, no, I don't feel good.
Mom, I can't talk to anybody now. Please, just go away. Mom, could you come in here? Don't come in. What? Mom, do not come in here. Please come in, Mom. No, please do not. Come in here, Mom. Don't come in.
Yeah. This is like, and he goes right down the hall. He's like, I don't feel good. She's like, would you like some soup? He's like, yeah, go get me some soup. I was really concerned about the soup for some reason this entire movie.
You were. You kept waiting for the soup. Where's the soup? Where's the soup? I don't blame you.
Good. Okay, aspirin and some soup.
So, while she's gone, he's arguing with Sam a little bit, and then he gets out a baseball bat and just starts tearing up all of his stereo. But like, he bashes the record player in, his speakers, the whole nine. And we found out from his mother. His mother comes in with the soup during all this. I was really concerned about that soup, and she brought it. Before the mom comes back, and before he destroys everything, there's this really weird scene where the speakers, or the record turns itself on, the speakers like grows veins, and then like the room starts going apeshit. You're like, oh my god, what's gonna happen? Right. And then there's like this really awkwardly long pause, and then out of nowhere there's all this cheesy blue lightning, and bam, the zombie Sammy Kerr appears.
Yeah.
Half his face fucking melted off.
Right.
So that's when he goes and he starts destroying shit. They get all like veiny and misty, or the speakers get all veiny and misty. The guy appears. Ozzy comes back up on the TV, and I think he kills Ozzy through the TV.
He wipes his hand.
Yeah, he wipes his hand across the screen.
Yeah.
And it kind of like distorts, but you see Ozzy go, and then it distorts it off.
And it cuts off. TV cuts off.
I believe it does say something later about how he had a brain aneurysm and died on TV.
Did it? Really?
Yeah.
I don't remember. Okay.
My utmost best to try and stop it now. These evil people have just got to be stopped.
So after Ozzy dies, that's when he goes crazy. He destroys his bedroom with a baseball bat. He destroys his record player. His mom comes in with the soup. She's like, what did you do? He's grounded.
Yeah.
He's grounded. So that's when he calls up LD, little Larry David.
What the fuck is going on?
We just got call waiting. Pretty cool, huh? I feel like a total bigwig.
And he sends him on a super secret mission. He's like, I need you to go into the Jack's car. He somehow, little Larry David knows how to pick locks, because he just did the thing with the coat hanger, and he gets on in there and steals the tape.
Yeah.
He's like, go get my shiny tape. Can't miss it. So he gets the tape, he takes it home, and he decides to listen to it. And Sammy Kerr pops out and is all menacing. He's like, hey man, I'm a fan! Which makes no sense to me, because I thought he was helping the other kid he was a fan, because he obviously wants to kill this kid.
Right.
Like, he's not helping out little Larry David at all. So you assume that he gets killed, but he doesn't.
No.
So
you think he does?
Only person that has died in this movie so far, and we are almost over an hour into it.
Yeah.
Is maybe Ozzy Osbourne. So Sammy Kerr's with little Larry David. The TV's on in the background. I think this is where you overhear that Ozzy died, and there's like this fat woman in a muumuu on the TV. It looks like a Home Shopping Network kind of thing. And Sammy Kerr looks at this thing, looks at the TV, and just reaches into the TV, grabs this woman by the neck, and yanks her out of the TV. And by the time she's through the TV screen, she's a deep fried turd.
What is it?
He just and just chucks it.
Literally like a turd, like a dried up turd.
So now we have a body count of 2, both through televisions.
Yeah.
And both are minor characters that matter none to this movie.
Like, at all. So far all he's done is threatened anyone of importance and killed no one of importance.
Yes. So that's when it cuts out on the nerdy kid, and I assumed he died at this point. And it goes back to Skippy Eddie McRagman at his house. He's grounded by his mother. The doorbell rings. He opens the door. This really weird elderly man dressed like Rambo's at the door takes his mom to a Halloween party.
Die, commie pig.
Mom, Stan's here.
What a hunk!
Yeah.
I'm sorry that this is not, like, I'm not trying to jump all over the place. This is really how the movie goes. It just doesn't make a lot of sense.
No.
So Rambo shows up, and then it cuts to this school Halloween party that's going on at the school. Skippy Eddie McRagman can't go because he's grounded for destroying his room with a baseball bat and not giving proper respect to that soup. Little LD shows up, little Larry David, with the shiny tape, and you assumed he was dead. Now he walks into the party, pops the tape in at the Halloween party, so all the kids had to listen to it. And what was funny was the sound system that was controlling the whole party was like this big.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It was this little cassette tape.
Teeny tiny little dinky thing.
They just put that in. There's like a person dressed as a fucking box of Special K dancing around.
Yeah.
There's some really weird costumes going on. It's like a costume party.
Which they don't spotlight either. It's just kind of in passing the camera catches all this.
There's these really dumb costumes everywhere. Everyone's having a good time.
Yeah.
He starts playing the song. The love interest comes up and starts talking to the best friend and asks where he's at. They're like, oh, he's stuck at home. Can't come.
Yeah.
So she goes and calls him on the phone. She's like, oh, where you at? Eddie, Skippy, Ragman. And he's like, wait, what's playing in the background? And he just hangs up the phone and goes and runs and jumps in his car. When he jumps in the car, for some reason, Sammy Kerr is actually driving the car. The car is like this devil car that drives itself.
Going to a party? I don't think so.
Crashing into shit, but it's not really making that big attempt to kill him.
No.
It's just kind of like ramming into shit.
Yeah.
We go back to the party. They introduce what's going to be the live band at the dance, which is the Kicks.
Yeah.
And the Kicks come out, and they're like, they can't tune their instruments. They're just like, what do we do? We're just dumb rock stars.
Yeah,
They're like confused. Like there's a scene where he's just like looking at his Marshall stack, like the guitar player, mind you, who owns a Marshall stack, doesn't know how to dial his own guitar.
He's super confused. Yeah.
And out of nowhere, Sammy's hand comes out of the fucking speaker, gives the dude Mankind's mandible claw.
Yeah.
From WWE.
Right
in his throat. So in front of this whole dance, this dead rock star who everyone knows is dead. He's the biggest 80s rock star there was. Kills the lead singer. We don't know if he's dead. No one dies in this movie. A couple people do.
We don't know if
We don't know he's dead. He gets the mandible claw and then you don't see him anymore.
He disables the lead singer.
No one's concerned at all that. And the guy is visibly dead too. They gave him prosthetics to wrap his face is melted. They knew
And
he
he
was
reveals
dead.
that by doing this. He shows the good side and then goes and whips around and shows the bad side.
He does the whip around. And that's when you see the Folgers crystals all up on his face.
Right, but they don't respond, the audience, the kids. No.
He starts rocking. For some reason, the Kicks know what to play.
Yeah.
They're not at all concerned that the drummer or that their singer is dead.
Yeah, because the rest of the band is fine. They're still up there.
Yeah, the rest of the band starts playing with them. He's guitar soloing out. He does the thing where he's like, uses his machine gun to shoot the crowd. He's soloing.
Yeah, he's using the guitar as a gun, and then at one point, you see lightning come between his fingers and the strings, and then he goes, and he uses the guitar as a lightning gun to blow up a kid in the audience.
Yeah, so now we're up to a body count of 3.
And then
Maybe 4 of the singer.
And then he does it again.
So it's just a random person, and they just kind of blow up into smoke, and it'll show like a limb fall on the floor. It does it 3 times, and people seem to be kind of cool for a little bit, and then pandemonium ensues.
I think you're right. After the 3rd time, they're still kind of rocking. No one really understands what's going on, and then again and again and again, and then they start running away in fear.
Yeah, they start running away in fear. It's all pandemonium. For some reason, they can't really get out of the gymnasium very well, though. They were singing along to his song too.
Yeah, they were singing. Yeah, they knew this song. They saw their classmates die. Nothing.
After he lightens a few people in the crowd, he turns around and lightens the Kicks, the rest of the band, and they're dead.
Yeah, but the music doesn't stop. I don't think.
And
right?
then as he's soloing, he himself explodes.
Oh. Yeah.
And then reappears as lightning on top of the basketball hoop, and then grabs a vine that's hanging from the ceiling and swings through the gymnasium.
That's right. To which point we went, what the hell is going on?
Now, while all this is going on, all this pandemonium, the love interest decides she wanted to leave the homecoming, or not homecoming, the Halloween dance.
Yeah.
It goes to her in the bathroom, and she's in a bra and panties,
like changing or something.
Like changing out of her outfit. and our main jock goes in there and tries to rape her.
And we cut outside of the gym, and we see.
But hold on, before we even get outside, they're having this conversation. You can clearly hear people screaming and dying in the background.
Oh, yeah.
And they do not notice. It's
right,
like,
right. Literally explosions.
What do you want, Chad? You know, like, I'm gonna start calling the main jock Chad. He looks like a Chad.
Go for it, yeah.
That
makes it easier. Yeah, he's Chad now. So this is going on inside. Outside, our protagonist Skippy.
They don't hear the mayhem.
He's running up. Larry David's sitting on the steps of the gym crying.
Yeah. You're like, what have I done?
Larry David can't get over it. Skippy runs into the gym, runs into the bathroom, finds what do we call him? Chad
and the love interest.
Yeah, accosting the love interest the love interest has no interest in Jimmy.
Well, no, apparently they had slept together at one point.
But she's resisting him though.
She's trying to fight him, and he's like, "Come on, baby, we had sex before." And she's like, "But you're such an asshole." And he's like, "If you're not gonna give it, I'm gonna take it." And I was like, "Fuck, the 80s were fucked up."
Hey, you feeling?
Yeah, this is standard for back then. This is like a normal scene in an 80s horror movie.
So she runs away. The jock's in the hallway, and that's when he runs into Skippy, Eddie, Ragman. And they have like an altercation where he's like, "Stop all this, I know you're the one up to it." And then Kerr shows up and grabs Chad by the neck. He licks his fingernail, sticks it in the socket, and Chad's head explodes. So that's 4th death, maybe 5th.
Which I don't understand. I thought the guy was like pure electricity. I don't know why he would need more electricity.
Well, the next scene is going to add even more questions.
I know.
So she comes running up to him. Kerr's attacking the love interest and Ragman. The best friend comes in behind him, and he's crowbarring open a power box for some reason. And he stabs the power box with a crowbar, which sends him flying into the wall, and for some reason, Sammy disappears. There's no explanation on why. He's just gone.
No, he's gone.
I thought that was the end of the fucking movie.
We both
I was
did.
hoping.
We were like, oh god.
This thing's like Lord of the Rings. There's a couple fake fucking endings before it's done. So the dude disappears. Another guy disappears. They go up to him, and they even act like, "Oh my god, he's dead. Wake up, wake up." He's like, "I'm fine." They're like, "Fine."
Actually, I'm not.
Everyone's fine in this movie except for the characters that don't matter at all. The 2 people on the TV, the random partygoers, and Chad. So Nuke, they remember the Nuke's gonna play it on the radio at midnight. Better do something about that. Well, what do you do about that? You don't go and tell the Nuke not to play it. You go to your own house and you start destroying all the radios.
Yeah.
So he goes to his house, he's destroying all the radios so that they don't hear it in their house. There's a scene where the cops come and they're gonna arrest him, and then Sammy Kerr shows up, and they shoot Sammy Kerr with electrodes, and Sammy Kerr shocks the cop out of his boots.
Yeah, right. It burns him out of just his boots are left where he's standing.
So they're running all over the house, and then they're terrified to go into the bathroom for some reason. So they go into the bathroom. Sammy Kerr is on the other side of the door in his bedroom for some reason. They destroyed all the radios. And you see like handprints burn into the door, and then the door explodes.
Right.
And Sammy Kerr's there. And Sammy Kerr goes to make an entrance, and he trips and falls, and his hand lands in a toilet, which starts killing him.
Yeah.
He starts like shocking, dying.
Which I thought he was electricity, now he's being electrocuted.
So she decides to flush the toilet because that's going to help. So he's getting sucked down the toilet-ish.
Which we said when we were watching it, wouldn't that work if you need the water to electrocute him, wouldn't that work in the opposite direction of killing him? To flush him?
Why get rid of the water? They go out and they steal a car, a police car?
Yeah.
The police officer died out front, so they go and they steal a police car.
Turns the siren on.
They're running through lights with this police car, almost getting in an accident.
Yeah.
They go up to the radio station, which I believe is WZLP or something like that, to now stop Gene the Nuke Simmons from playing the radio.
They go in and there's
they go in the radio station. I don't even know how to explain the next part.
Yeah.
From here on out, makes even less sense than everything else.
I know, I was completely lost.
So they go in the radio station, The song's playing over the radio. Everyone at the radio station's dead, including the Nuke. And you know this because his clothes are melted to the chair, and even though he was wearing a cowboy hat to begin with, now there's a policeman's hat steaming on the chair.
And we don't even know if that was that him? Is that him?
And the song is playing on a reel-to-reel in the other room, which is being protected by lightning.
Yeah.
So they leave the radio station, and he goes up to the girl, and he's like, all right, I'm gonna leave. You run in there and grab the tape and destroy it.
You go into this incredibly dangerous place alone.
And then he kisses her, he jumps in the cop car, and he fucking leaves.
All right, okay, look here. This is what I need you to do. Stand here and count to 100. What? If he comes out after, you'll have time to run. But if he doesn't, I need you to run in there, grab the tape, and destroy it. Alone? Maybe I'll see you later.
Wait!
The entire time he's leaving, he's yelling at the radio, like, come get me! Come get me! Like, trying to tantalize him to come through the radio. And after calling him a wimp, Sammy Kerr appears, but he's in the prisoner portion of the cop car, and even though he's made of electricity, he can't get through. He's in the cop car, she goes running into the radio station, gets up to the reel-to-reel and knocks it over, and you can clearly see it has no back and it's empty. Like there's no fucking, they didn't even use reel or recording equipment, and then it just blows up out the back. Meanwhile, so the tape blows up. He, at the same time, drives the car off a pier into the water, which somehow kills Sammy Kerr.
And all we can assume
but not Skippy.
No, and all we can assume is that that Kerr is in the car now. He is the car. He is the car.
Well, no, he was trapped in the back because he showed up in the car after being called out through the radio.
It's like I thought he was a fucking ghost lightning guy. It's just
listen, you're just thinking too traditionally. This movie is a rebel, plays by its own rules.
Literally, it breaks its own rules.
So Sammy Kerr's dead. The tape's dead. And it ends with the kid goes back to the radio station where everyone's dead.
Yeah.
Including his hero, the Nuke. And he goes up to the radio, and apparently he's taking over broadcasting because you see him, the last thing you see is he goes up to a microphone, he's like, wake up, sleepyheads, it's time to party. And then credits roll. End of the fucking movie. That was the whole movie.
Yeah.
Wake up, sleepyheads. It's party time.
That was Trick or Treat.
I don't understand anything that we watched outside of the first. I got the first 20 minutes of the movie. It made sense.
In the 80s, there was this boom of what I called heavy metal horror movies.
Yeah.
Like there was like one called Black Roses, one called Rock and Roll Nightmare. There was Rocktober Blood. I think this kind of just fell in there where they were trying to cross horror and rock, you know, like Alice Cooper probably had something like, you know.
I mean, this is almost like Mission Impossible, where it's like
I got frustrated trying to even explain this to you people.
Yeah.
Let alone understand it myself. And normally I'm pretty good at like pulling these things apart.
Oh yeah,
and keeping storylines. And this one is just
neither of us, man. We were
looking at the way through the movie. I was like, why is this guy a threat? He seems like more like a mild nuisance. I did not enjoy this movie. I couldn't even find it fun for what it was. The only thing I really thought was great was when that stupid monster appeared. It was the only monster in the movie. They only showed it for a second.
Yeah.
Which means they built that whole thing just for one stupid scene that made no sense.
Sucked.
But not even that.
Just sucked.
I hated this movie.
Yeah.
Let's get down to the star system.
Yeah, this moves on to our rating system at this
I'm
point.
gonna call this. We'll call a full star I hope I don't get any butthurt people of this, but I truly mean this. I'm gonna call a full star an Ozzy Osbourne and a half star a Gene Simmons. I would give this 1.5 out of 5. It gets 1 Ozzy, 1 Gene.
Wow, you went higher than me, man. You're gonna go with a 1.5.
Just because there was a few scenes that really did make me laugh, and I like that they did actually kind of portray metalhead culture a little bit accurately, which a lot of these movies, especially the 80s, like punk and metalhead culture, is very fake.
Yeah.
And like cartoony. But this one, you know, like he was wearing, you know, authentic shirts that someone would be wearing. He had like the real deal records that a metalhead in the 80s would have.
Yeah. That's your score, 1.5?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, that's a firm 1.5 for Chris.
1.5 out of 5, and that's me being goddamn generous.
Man, I'm gonna give it a straight fucking 1. I don't know, can we go lower than that?
Yeah, you can get a half star. You can give it no
I'm gonna
stars.
give it a half fucking star.
It gets a Gene Simmons from you.
It gets
a nuke from you.
It's getting 1 Gene Simmons. I think this was, after the first 20 minutes, this was not thought out at all. And
It felt very thrown together.
It did. Maybe there was more to it that they cut, and they just, we gotta cut back. Maybe this is a 4-hour movie that they cut back into an hour.
I fucking hope not, because this one was already an hour and 40 minutes. It was almost scraping 2 hours, and
yeah,
nothing really happened.
I think
till the end.
The last 30 minutes of this movie, I think, are just, it's some of the worst film I've ever seen. It's so boring.
It was tedious to get through.
I cannot emphasize enough how boring this movie was. It was
so boring.
And watch the trailer. We're going to post it. The trailer makes it look at least like something like...
The trailer made it look entertaining. The IMDb reviews made it sound like it would be entertaining or something for us to do. Hopefully, we did a good job of making it entertaining for you.
And campers, we can't emphasize enough. Please give us a subscribe. It's very important.
Hit that subscribe button. Look us up on Facebook to keep up on the new episodes. Hit the bell if you want to get an alarm for when we post new episodes. We're going to try to get more of a streamlined system after we get me set up on the editing as well, to where we can get a couple episodes out a month on a very consistent basis, to where we'll know when the episode's dropping.
Yeah, every Thursday or Friday or whatever it be.
We're very sorry for the inconsistency at this point, but we're working with what we have.
Yeah, we're doing our best. We appreciate you guys for watching, and
have a good one. We'll see you next time.
We'll see you next week, campers. Next month, next week. We'll see you next time.
Next time,
campers.
Well, that was fun, wasn't it?